So now we're going to move to a different session, birds of a feather, thinking about areas, topics, ideas that come to mind when we think about persistence, inclusion, engagement, retention, and belonging. Very important right now. And lecturer of the English department, Amina Tabai, is going to be moderating this. Thank you.
Thank you, Nicole. Good morning, everyone. I'm having a blast so far. I love all the ideas that came up just now in the sort of session on syllabi. I'm definitely stealing a few, including the cheat sheet. I think the cheat sheet's a really great idea, and maybe handing it out throughout the semester to be like, in case you lost the syllabus, here's a brief version. So this idea here, right, this idea of collaboration creates this sense of inclusion, right? We all get to steal from each other and borrow each other's ideas. And so right now, I want us to continue pushing that. And I want to steal more of your ideas. So this idea today is about retention, right? How do we include students? How do we create a sense of belonging? So in the chat, you will find a Menti poll, so we can create a very ingenious word cloud on what ideas do you have on the subject? What questions do you have? What comes to mind? And based on your answers, we're going to design the breakout rooms for the next session. So we're really sort of trying to create a very personalized experience today in day 0 to sort of match the interests of those in the room. Carlos, when you get a chance, could we get the word cloud on the shared screen?
We already have a good number of responses. If you have already answered, just make sure that you bring another, bring questions, bring ideas, participate as many times as you want. This is going to help the word cloud continue tomorrow. So
yes, feel free to throw in any and all ideas. There are no bad ideas. All right. Okay. Support and community are so far the biggest 2 words. I love that. Truth. Oh God, it keeps changing. Keep going, keep going. Engagement and connection, accountability, degree completion. I love this, right? Because what we're saying here, we're not saying things like students follow the rules, right? This is about connecting with each other, which I adore. Interest, goals, energy, push. I like push. Goodbye, Dean Fabrizio. Thank you so much for your presentation. It was wonderful.
Take care, everyone.
All right, so the major one is still community. We have connection and support and engagement. Accountability has bumped up a bit. It looks a bit bigger. Respect. I really like that one. Psychological safety. I don't know who put that, but I like that one. Keeping it real. I don't know who put that one, but I like that one too. Honesty, right? If you keep it real. And everyone knows what's expected. Was that you, Cherise? I love it. Collaboration has now entered the bigger font zone. Let's get a few more ideas. We won't keep at it for too long, but like I said, we want to use this to shape the breakout rooms that are coming up in the next few minutes. Let's see.
Here's one motivator. You see at the bottom right corner, 31. So 31 of you have submitted your ideas, your questions. Let's bring it to 52.
Stick-to-itiveness. Which I think is really good, right? It's that grit mindset, sticking to things and pushing forward. Oh, grit's on there too. Professionalism. Oh, wow. 35 out of 51. Honesty is starting to become a bit bigger in font. Community remains the biggest, which does not surprise me at all. Being Hostos Community College, it is sort of a part of our identity, I would say. How does that happen is in the word cloud, and it's not huge, but I love it because it's a question, right? How do we create inclusion, engagement, push retention, increase a sense of belonging? We talk about it, but what are some practical ways we can do it? Faculty and staff. Again, this idea that we work together, right? It's not just here are faculty, here are staff, and we exist in our own little worlds. Being flexible, Marcella. Thank you for throwing that in the chat. I like that idea. Self-worth has been included. I'm going to be squinting at this, so forgive me if I look a bit nuts leaning into the screen. All right, we're at 36. Let's see if we can get a few more people throwing their ideas in there. Persist, everybody. How about that?
Let's get to 40.
All right, there are 4 people. Come on, we can do it. If you haven't done it yet, throw up your ideas. How committed is Hostos? Is one of the questions, which I think, let's figure that out today, right? How do we help support our students more? All right, we're at 37. Eddie Garcia, open-minded, right? Being open-minded. I like this idea of being open to challenges, right? If we think we're being inclusive, but we're not, or we could be more inclusive or do it better, we should be open to those sort of criticisms, right? And adaptations. Ethics has come up there, accountability, transparency, love is there. All right, 38, 2 more. Follow through is on there.
Almost there.
Yes.
I'm going to try to do as best as I can to represent those 4 groups. Let's see how it goes.
All right. 39, one more person, one more brave soul who hasn't included their ideas. Recognize that students do persist. Alita, thank you for including that in the chat, right? We have a population that already persists, right? How can we help them? How can we make it a little easier for them? All right, we're at 40. Thank you everyone for throwing in your ideas. I know sometimes trying to narrow it down to a word or a phrase can be really difficult, but I love what we've come up with here. So many ideas in regards to creating connection, right? To sort of supporting people. And I love that when we think of these important topics like persistence, inclusion, engagement, we're really talking about bonds, right? We're really talking about ways to improve our community and help support each other and our students. Because it's not just students who need it to be included, right, and engaged. We have to be there for each other as well. Thank you all so much for sharing your ideas. This has been wonderful, and I sort of love the image that's come up. So many words, and I kind of wish we could zoom in and see what everyone said. All right, so I believe now we're going to take these terms, turn it into a couple of breakout rooms, And that'll be our next step.
It's beautiful. This image of our thoughts. It's like a fingerprint of this meeting. It's really shows our engagement, our how important teaching is to all of us in creating those classroom communities. So I know that we're going to have very rich discussions in the breakout rooms that we're going to take on next. And there are going to be 4 different moderators. I am a little bit, as I'm not very technological, I think I don't know exactly how this will happen, how the breakout rooms will be made, but there's going to be 4 different rooms with 4 different moderators. Stacy Cooper, Assistant Professor of Behavioral and Social Sciences, Myra Mojica, Adjunct Lecturer of Business, Sylvia Reyes, Director of SP Projects and Student Engagement, and CLIP and OAA, and Seje Ara, Assistant Professor of Allied Health Sciences. So let us
I'm going to
continue this discussion.
I'm going to make an attempt to capture all of this and put it into breakout rooms, looking at the main themes that have emerged. We're going to have four. We're going to have 4 breakout sessions. We're going to have, as Nicole said, we're going to have each moderator for that. And the idea is for us to have those conversations and provide tips on how do we tackle all of these themes. So there's going to be 4 different names. One is going to be community, connection, access. The other one is going to be support, care. The other one is going to be resilience, engagement, motivation, trust. And the last one is going to be collaboration, service. It doesn't need to be just specific about those, but those are going to give us some themes for us to have conversations. I'm going to open the breakout rooms. You are able to choose one of the rooms, and what's going to be happening in the next hour. We're going to break it into 4 periods of 15 minutes so that you have an opportunity to go to each of those virtual rooms. With the moderators are going to tell you when the 15 minutes have passed in the first period, and then you will be asked to choose another room and continue for the next 15 minutes. Okay, if you have any questions, just feel free to send it through the chat. We will be able to assist.